This is Adam Jelm, the Comfort Lake Forest Lake Watershed District Education and Outreach Coordinator, and I'm going to present the 2025 Education Outreach Summary. We have three documents that we use for education outreach guiding documents. The biggest one, the 10-year Watershed Management Plan, and that provides general areas of focus, kind of dictates the program goals. Focus down from there, we have the Comprehensive Education and Outreach Plan. That's a 5-year document, gives more strategies, identifies program strengths and areas of improvement. And then we get down to the 1 year, the Education and Outreach Implementation Plan. And that provides specific actions and activities, and it tracks the program metrics. In our 10-year Watershed Management Plan, three key areas for education and outreach. That is ongoing initiatives, which is the bulk. Then we have the standard project signage and local student engagement. Two goals that we have. One is to increase the public knowledge and to make people aware of their impacts. So to help folks understand what they're doing on the land affects their water quality and how they can change that. And the second goal is to communicate what the district has going on for the programs or projects, other initiatives in a clear and consistent manner, an equitable manner. So what we're doing, what we got going on, getting that out to the general public. The Comprehensive Education Outreach Plan, three themes there, focused down again from the 10-year. The first one's increasing knowledge on specific topics, including the activities in the district, to create that behavior change, to help people understand their impacts or their impact in the water quality based on their behaviors and what can they do about that. Second one, we're promoting the general activities of the district to increase understanding and support for the district, kind of that bigger what the departments are doing, what the overall district is doing. And then from there, we can focus down even more what each department is doing specifically, or those specific activities to understand and support the district. So perhaps in the permitting, what does permitting mean? How does it impact a development or a landowner? And how's that helping to improve water quality? So it's focusing down. In the 2025 approaches, we have four major approaches that we use: community education workshops and classes, events and tours, our technology platforms, which are website and social media, and then our social marketing, which is our constant contact. We use these methods kind of a balance and utilizing adaptive management to make purposeful informed improvements. So we're seeing how it goes, redesigning, reassessing, evaluating and implementing changes if need be through adaptive management. First one, workshops and classes, which is a huge chunk of our staff time, what we're doing for education outreach. 2024 was our first big year, and then we've increased them again in 2025. In 2025, we had 492 people that participated in 28 workshops. And that's nearly double the metrics from 2024, double the number of people and double the number of workshops. Pretty small print there, but you can see a lot of them are focused on people's yards, backyard BMPs, things that people can do on their properties to increase the water quality, to protect the water quality, and also add habitat, various things. A lot of native plant classes, a lot of backyard BMPs, like putting in rain barrels, rain guards, things along those lines. We're doing a lot of classes on our own, but we're also partnering with three major partners: Forest Lake Community Ed, Chisago Lakes Community Ed, and then Hardwood Creek Library. They have been our three biggest partners for general community ed classes. And it would be very tough for us to do our work without great partners like them. Having said that, we were one of the three finalists for Minnesota Watershed Program of the Year. We did not win. It was great to be honored, and it kind of reinforced the program focus of in-person outreach and education, like getting out to people, doing face-to-face in-person workshops, and how strong that impact can be. People get to know the district, they're familiar with them, and they're learning hands-on. And then events and tours, kind of our bigger events. I know the slide is super busy, but I kind of wanted to run through these really quickly. Excuse me. We presented and hosted an informational booth at 3 major lake associations, so Comfort, Forest, and Bone Lake. We went to their annual meetings, we had information there, and then we presented as well there. We participated in Forest Lake Art in the Park, which is a great summer event in Forest Lake, brings a ton of people into town, and that's each Tuesday night in June, July, and August, with the exception of 4th of July week. So we have an informational booth, we do some sort of activity, get people to stop by, get some handouts, get some flyers, and also chat with the staff that are there. We hosted 2 natural shoreline tours this year. Again, floodplain resiliency, natural shoreline, big focus on the district now and moving forward. The natural shoreline tours, we had North Shore Park open house on Forest Lake, and then we had the Bone Lake pontoon tour. Both were well attended, great events. The 2 floodplain resiliency events we had a general public, kind of a community open house. And then we had a local government, so the LGUs, the government partners. Both of those were well attended. We also presented 2 sessions at the Chisago County Master Gardener Expo. Very large event, well attended. We did 2 sessions there, Minnesota milkweeds, kind of focused on native plants and habitat, and then landscaping septic systems. Again, activities people can do in their backyard to improve water quality. Well attended, 30-some people at each one of those, plus lots of handouts and materials went out as well. We had an informational booth at the Lakes Area Expo, large event, lots of foot traffic, lots of people there. We had an informational booth. People could chat with the staff, grab handouts, grab flyers and materials. We did a Bixby Park neighborhood meeting, and that came from the Floodplain Resiliency Open House. That we had a group of folks from Bixby Park area that wanted more information about wetlands and flooding in their backyards. So we did an on-site. We set up at the park. We invited people to come over and chat with us, handed out lots of materials, had lots of great interactions, really well-attended event. And based off that, we're going to try to do more of those in the future. Very focused neighborhood meetings. We had an informational station at the annual Chisago Water Fest. So event for elementary students. Our station was focused on shoreline native plant habitat. Probably 150 kids came through our station alone. So great event, working with youth, getting them aware of native plants and what that means. Our lecture series, which we started in 2025, was our first year, and that was Watershed Connections. We had 4 events there, well attended, variety of topics, and based on that, we're going to do it again in 2026, so we're working on the schedule for that. The largest event that the district probably has done, or certainly the last few years, the most well-attended event was our Ice Ridge Information Workshop. We had 261 people attend that one. That was at the Forest Lake American Legion. We partnered with the Lake Association on that one. They certainly got the word out for us. We put lots of materials out there as well. There was a lot of community interest. It was an oddball spring, lots of ice damage to shoreline. So it was an interest for people. Well attended, great information. We had a lot of site visits that came from that event. So great workshop. And then following our alum treatment on Forest Lake, we had an informational meeting, and then we did an on-site open house. Both were well attended. The informational meeting was kind of what's the alum treatment doing? Why do we need it again? That kind of thing. And then the on-site open house was at the public access. People could stop by and chat with the staff as well as the contractors that were actually doing the alum treatment. So again, getting out, doing events, doing face-to-face, and interacting with the public. And then when it comes to technology platforms, we have the website and then social media. So we'll start with the website. So we've done quite a few updates. 2024 was a big overhaul on the website. And then 2025, we had some more major updates, decent updates. And the goal was to make it more user-friendly, increase functionality, certainly to increase security, and then make it so we can track the analytics and general site data now and moving forward. And in that chart over there, you can see kind of our analytics 2024, the asterisks on there, because that was only the last 4 months of 2024 by the time we got it updated and off there. So we have data, but it's limited. So I want to mention that. But averaging 500 users in 2024, 2025, we're up to 900 average users per month. Views, 2,300 in 2024, up to 3,400 in 2025. Engagement rate, about the same, 50-55%, which anything over 50 is what we're shooting for. We consider that pretty successful. Having said that, a lot of our stuff on the website and on social media you see coming up, a lot of times is a one-page flyer or one-page infographic. So just them looking at it, there might not be any need for engagement. There might not be a link on there or anything from there, or they can get all the information from just looking at it. So again, that 50%, over 50%, we're pretty happy with that. And then as far as the website, what are people going to the website for? It's across the board. Not necessarily anything's jumping out. Having said that, the board meeting materials, the events, the staff and board contact info, that's what a lot of people are looking for on the website, but they're going to the other areas as well. One of the interesting analytics, 75% of the time spent on the website or the views on the website come from desktop computers, and 25% come through a mobile version. We have both versions up. We check the functionality and make sure both are working well. And then when it comes to social media, so we focus down and we're doing just Facebook for social media. And our analytics are looking good again. In 2024, we had 2,100 views. 2025, we're up to 2,800. Content interactions, 58. And this is again monthly interactions. We went down in 2025 down to 21. But again, if you can see that infographic, the native plant profiles on there, which are most viewed are Tuesday's native plant profiles and then Wednesday's Wildlife Wednesday. It's a one-pager. So people can open it and look at it right away. So they don't have to click on a link necessarily or go from anywhere else to get the information. So that might be why our interactions are a little bit lower. We're going to kind of adapt a little bit, change that, switch it up and see if we get more interactions in 2026. Link clicks, similar 2024 and 2025 both. Total followers, 503 for 2024, and we're up to 528 in 2025. So we're increasing. We certainly would like to increase it at a higher rate, but we're certainly headed the right direction. And then the analytics, again, on social media, on Facebook, we can look at them, see where people are going, track that kind of stuff. And one of the interesting things, or almost a way of ground truthing, is of the 528 monthly average followers, 24% are from Forest Lake, which if we look at the watershed as a whole, the majority of folks live in the Forest Lake zip code. So this ground truth, the analytics help us understand and ground truth what we're seeing. And then when we talk social marketing, which is constant contact, that's what we've used for many years. That's our largest use of the largest use of this tool is distributing the board meeting materials and then also putting out event flyers, making people aware of events coming up, that kind of thing. In 2025, we had 292 unique email events. So that was where we did an email blast, sent out something with 11,000 sends. So 11,000 individual emails went out. Of those 11,000 sends, about half of them, those emails were open. 50%, we'd like it a little higher, but that's not bad. And that's pretty consistent with 2024 and 2025 both. The clicks were low, 483. However, again, just like in Facebook, a lot of times it's a one-page flyer or even the agenda. People can just open it and look at the board meeting agenda, and then they can decide if they want to click from there. But they can get most of the information just opening. So the clicks are a little low. We want to increase it, but it's not unreasonable. And then 84% of the opens and clicks were from a desktop versus 16% from a mobile device. And again, that's ground truthing analytics. It supports what we're seeing on our social media and our website both. So all three of these are kind of ground truthing each other and agreeing. So it's great analytics. Having said that, so those were kind of our major areas. Again, the district's education outreach program provides opportunities for our districts, our residents, our local governments, staff, partners to kind of understand our local water resources. We try to engage residents and stakeholders through a variety of methods. We're always changing, adapting, evolving, using adaptive management to see what works, what doesn't work. Right now, it's pretty equal. Like all the methods we're doing the metrics are increasing. So there's not a golden goose or a silver bullet at this point. So we need to keep doing what we're doing. We can't do more events and less Facebook or more events and less website because all of them are important and different folks are interacting with the district different ways. So again, the metrics are all on upward trends in 2025. So keep doing what we're doing, learn from it, and get more people involved in the district through the education and outreach program. There's my contact info. There's me sitting at Forest Lake Arts in the Park. If there's any questions, certainly can let me know.